What's up, everyone? Joe with ECRM here at our school and office session in New Orleans. And with me is Max Repola, who is one of our client service representatives at the session. And the reason why I have him here is because he is one of the biggest target markets for the brands here servicing the school and office retailers. So he is just going into his second year of college and getting ready to move into his dorm. So we're going to talk a little bit about what are the kinds of things he needs. So thanks for joining us. And to get started, tell him where you're going to college and where you're moving into.
Right, so I'm going into my sophomore year at Miami University in Ohio. I'll be personally moving into a fraternity house, and I have a sister who's going to be a freshman who will be in the same dorm that I was. So I kind of know what people are looking for, and I see what's around me at the school. Me personally, I saw some products here that would have been great. Company here called Cord Brick. They have these little like silicone cord holders, and you can just put them all in a line. Me on my desk at school, it would get pretty chaotic with having everything out, so something like that would be nice. Students these days, like there's some professors here and there that'll make kids take handwritten notes, but mostly people are sticking to laptops and iPads. So like ways to like carry that in a backpack regarding like an iPad sleeve, a computer sleeve, something to keep the technology safe as you're hauling that around all day would be great.
Mm-hmm. Actually, you bring up a good point. Because I'm old school. I use pads and notepads and things like that. But it seems that a lot of people that are in college now, they're going mostly digital. So like any kind of digital accessories or things like that are important.
Right, yeah. People, I mean, everybody wants a cooler iPad case than the kid next to them. So stuff like that, as well as like a portable charger that you can stick on the back of an iPad. Anything that makes the tech a little bit more convenient is definitely a high product right now.
What about, so you're moving into a dorm, so organizational stuff, that's got to be important, right?
Yeah.
And you're moving into this dorm for the first time, you're starting from scratch.
Right.
So what kind of organizational things?
So these days at universities, at least mine, people are getting charged crazy amounts for if you put something on the wall and like even a chip of paint comes off. Students are always looking for products like a shelf maybe to stick on a wall or something to hang something up on a wall that when you take it off, there's no risk of any paint coming down, because some of these schools it'll be like $80 for a chip of paint. So shelves, stuff like that, that's big. And then also like just bins. I mean, I couldn't get enough storage in my room at school. I felt like no matter what I did, everything was out where it shouldn't be. So like hyper organized things, like things with lots of sleeves, because it's hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, and we talked earlier about backpacks. You said they were getting actually bigger.
I don't know if the backpacks are getting bigger or if everybody's putting everything they own in them. But either way, maybe like a lightweight backpack or something with enough space for sure, because I see kids walking around and it looks like they have their entire room in their backpack.
So roomy stuff with a lot of room, a lot of space.
But also like when you're putting all that stuff in a backpack and throwing it around, like if I have my computer in there, I like the backpack I use has a sleeve that has like a hard plastic in it that protects the computer. Yeah. Stuff like that is huge.
So in your room itself, like how many gadgets do you have, right? You have a laptop? Mm-hmm. You have an iPad?
I have no, I don't have an iPad. I've got a laptop, monitor. I brought a gaming console.
You brought up, so you do the gaming. So for leisure stuff, right? You're going there to learn, but you're also living there. So like leisure stuff, that's going to involve a lot of consumer tech.
Chairs, like chairs that are comfy enough to sit in front of a TV that are going to fit in a 2x2 square in a dorm room. Okay. Like something that's not going to hurt your back, but you don't have that much space. As well as just like
well, you said headphones,
yeah,
right? So there's other consumer tech and stuff?
Yeah, headphones are, every kid that I pass on the sidewalk is wearing headphones. Every single one.
What kind of headphones?
Wireless.
Okay. Are they over the ear or in the ear? Or?
If they're over the ear, they're probably the Apple ones, just because that's brand name. Yeah. But I personally like just in the ear, no, not over the ear, but wireless for sure. It makes everything a lot more convenient, and like I see kids wearing those in class too. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you mentioned brand names, right? So what's the importance of brand names or fashion, like colors and things like that? Does that play a role?
So I mean, if you're a brand like Apple or like Patagonia or something, people might want to walk around with a big shirt that says Patagonia on it. But if you're a new company or like a startup trying to make stuff for students at school, whether it's backpacks or stuff like that, a sleek and slim look that fits a lot is going to be your best bet. Like me personally, I would buy like a black backpack or something that isn't the loudest thing I've ever seen in my life. Also, I mean, with the amount of walking you do, it needs to be light.
What about lighting? Anybody use like fancy lighting or decorative lighting?
Yeah. So it was very trendy to have like those LED strips. Like in my room at home before I went to school, I had those. Those might be kind of fading away, but still like maybe a lamp that's more of a sun shade, like a natural light shade, than like the thing you're gonna see when you're walking to class ahead of you, those big box lights. And then anything like, I know like on TikTok shop and all that, there's stuff's going crazy where it's just like a lamp that it's like a big O on the ceiling, like stuff like that. People do look for stuff to make their dorm rooms look better.
They had a couple of those here too. They had those like we put patterns like on the wall or something.
But that also, stuff like that with making the dorm room look better also comes heavily with like the not taking paint off the wall. Like all of this stuff needs to be able to leave the room exactly how it was, because the fees are just only getting higher for stuff like that.
So maybe things that can clip onto like a desk or suction cups. Maybe.
Suction cups would be big, something for like a window, because normally they'll have windows, you could stick something on there. But also like a shelf or something that you could stick on a wall that like the paint is the biggest thing.
So nothing that screws in.
Nothing, no, like there's no nailing anything into walls. You can't stick a tack on the wall. You can't do any of that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks a lot, and maybe next year I'll be interviewing your sister, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
About what she's looking for, get her perspective. So thanks, and I wish you the best of luck in the new semester.
Thank you.
All right.